session 1, Wlan and the IEEE802.11 protocols. So we started for the training, for the knowledges. For this one, we have 3 parts. First one is Wlan and network industry organizations. So which it can help us to understand what is the Wlan and which organizations make the rule for this industry and the protocol we are used. And also second one is the frequency used by this Wi-Fi, and also the last part is the Wi-Fi protocols. We will see the different generations of protocols. So first question, what is WLAN? Wireless Local Area Network, right? It's easy to understand. It is used electromagnetic wave-based communication. That means we use these electromagnetic waves or through wireless to connect the computers, servers together to achieve the purpose of resource sharing and communication. So this LAN is, because it's a LAN, right? It's usually be deployed for enterprise or the university or the hospital, just like the local area, use wireless. So very easy to understand. So here is the organizations that make the rules, how the Wi-Fi should work, which frequency should be used, and also other standards. So let's see it one by one. First one is IEEE. So for this IEEE, this is a very famous organization we call the Institution of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. It ratified our Wi-Fi standards. We call it IEEE802.11 from the year 1997 to today. Generations, the protocols update generation by generation, but all is come from these IEEE standards. Okay, and next one is IEEE Islands. So what is this organization's function? For this one, it provided the testing and interoperability and analysis for the wireless industry. For example, we have a product, right? We need to get this Wi-Fi ally certificates. That means the product of Sundray is comply with IEEE standards. Also, it can work with other products like the other vendors, switches, or vendors Wi-Fi protocols. So that is follow standards. This one is for the testing. Another one is IETF. Actually, IETF, this is the Internet Engineering Task Force. This one also is a standard development organization. It standardized lots of these functions. For example, the EAP for security, the radius, and also the CAPWAP. So for this organization, they will contribute some knowledge to the IEEE. So IEEE maybe take reference of the IETF and consider this technology we used into this IEEE standard generations. Like for example, they have some technology proposed by IETF and IEEE think that it's a good idea. They will put into the next generation of the Wi-Fi protocol. So, and the last, let's say the CAPWAP, this is called the Control and Prohibition of the Wireless Access Point. This one is just like I said, is proposed by the IETF. So for this organization, they proposed this protocol, and this protocol is in the RFC 5415. If you want to read the detail of this one, you can search their website and find this RFC. So for this protocol, this usually be used by the WLAN vendors like Cisco, Rocks. They are using this one, but like other vendors, they are using the non-CAPWAP protocol. So this protocol is a protocol widely used in the WLAN products, but it's not like a standard that be used, be must be needed in that IE standard. So this one, some vendors choose this one, some vendors don't use CAPBAP. For the Sundray, we don't use this CAPBAP, but we have our own protocols between AP and controllers. And the next one is WAPI Alliance. For this one, is the Chinese national standard for wireless LAN. So lots of the Chinese products vendors, they apply this protocol, but for the right now this standard is not like an international one, right? So if they have other vendors from the Europeans, from Americans, they want to sell this one to the China. If they don't have this standard, it's also okay. So this standards actually is become not that important anymore. So this one is being issued in the year 2003, but not become international standards. So that don't be, a lot of people don't know these standards. And last one, the organization is FCC. We know that the FCC is the American organization. It's the Federal Communication Commission. For this organization, it do the regulation for which frequency we should use by the Wi-Fi, which frequency we use by the television, which frequency should be used by the satellite. So even the FCC is an American organization, but lots of the countries just follow the FCC's idea, because we see that the FCC is powerful and the decisions made mostly is correct. So for we know that our Wi-Fi is used 2.4G, we use 5G. So this frequency is chosen by the FCC. So above is the organizations. Now let's see the frequency, which frequency we are using in the Wi-Fi. So for the Wi-Fi, the FCC provide two types of license-free band for radio communications. So this is for the Wi-Fi. First one is the keywords is license-free. So when we use the Wi-Fi, right, you just purchase a demo unit. You just purchase a unit installed in the room or our partner's office. No need any license. So that is license-free. But for this frequency, it's come from two parts. First one is IS-BATS. This is industry scientific medical. For this BATS, it's reserved for industry scientifics and medical institutions. For our Wi-Fi, we're using the mostly for the 2.4G, and the high frequency we're using the 8G. And also another the 8G, the 5G is mostly is come from the UNIBATS, I license national information instruction. So BATS were used for the 5G products. I'm not sure if you have heard the news that FCC right now is considered to use the 6G to the Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 6 Plus. That one is other discussion now. So this is the two frequency we need in the Wi-Fi. No need use the license, because usually if we use other bands, for example the televisions, the RF, AM, this kind of frequency, you need to apply license from the government organizations like the FCC. If the other country, each country have this kind of organizations. So this is a Wi-Fi, 2.4G and 5G right now. They're in the super high. It's already a high frequency, but it's not that high frequency than our video line. So there has a basic knowledge that people may be worried about if that Wi-Fi signal is harmful to human body. Actually, the answer is absolutely not, because the frequency of this Wi-Fi signal is smaller than the frequency of the light from the sun, the visible light we can see every day. So you can see in our day life we filled with the light from the sun, from the everywhere. So that doesn't have any harmful to human bodies. Wi-Fi signal definitely don't have the harmful to the human bodies. And here is the 2.4G beds. 2.4G beds, we can see that have the three overlapping channels. Right, that's usually we use the 1.6.11, and when we do the deployment, we use the cellular layout. So we just use the different channel near the neighbor APs. So that is how we do the deployment. This is the 5Gs. That's why people are loved 5Gs, because 5Gs we have 30 overlapping channels. So each channels it have the 20 amhertz. So it don't have the overlapping. So this above is the frequency. And now let's go to the standards. The standards by generation and generations. And we can say that we know that first 802.11 standards is proposed in year 1997, right? But that we don't consider is the first generation, because that protocol is super slow. Only 102 Mbps, not wireless used in our commercial side. So we don't consider it as first generation. So for the from the ABG and AC VIV2 and the Wi-Fi thanks, we consider this is 6 generations. 11 AC and 11 AC VIV2 is 1 generations. We together we call it the Wi-Fi 5. And for the Wi-Fi 6, we call it the 802.11ax. So the one thing we need to remember definitely the speed, right? The speed is become faster and faster, and in the 802.11ax, the speed can almost 10 gigabits per second. And also we need to know that the modulation method we used for the Wi-Fi signals is changed. We use the mu-MIMO OFDMA. So later we have the detailed explanation for each protocol. So for this IEEE802.11n is proposed in the 1999, and there you see the OFDMA and not the DSS. So for this one, the speed can be 54 Mbps and only use the 5G gigabits. And then when we go to the B is you see the DSS, high rate DSS, and provide the data rates up to the 11 Mbps. At the G, 802.11g is also only support the 2.4G, but not compatible with 5Gs. And the 11n, this protocol we are widely used. Lots of the products, people's like us, we use the 802.11n, these protocols devices, our phones, lots of phones, this we by the year 1929, definitely our phone use this protocol. So for the 11 AC, we know that in the one frequency, for example, 5G can be almost 7G, and also in the 2.4G, the frequency also can be more than 3 gigabit. So this is the 11 AC. Later we have the more detailed discuss about the technology that you see in the 11 AC VIV2 and also the AX. In the 11 AC VIV2, here we use the MIMO, because before in the 11N we just use the single user MIMO. But when we go to the 11 AC VIV2, we start to use the mu-MIMO. For the mu-MIMO, that's me, one user, one devices can talk to multiple, one AP can talk to multiple devices at the same time. And here is a example. For example, you have a 4x4 MIMO AP. So maximum it can support to talk with 4 devices at the same time during use different MIMOs. So here we can see, but for a 4x4 MIMO AP, we have the 4. This logically we can connect 4 KiCad users, but consider about its interference from different MIMOs, that means different antennas. We suggest that if this is a 4x4 AP, the KiCad users can be 3. So that is the explanation for this one. And now let's go to the 802.11ax. For this one, most important is the high speed, and the techniques we use is like mu MIMO, OFDMA, and 1024 QAM. So for this technology, we can analyze one by one. For the OFDMA, we call it the orthogonal frequency division multiple access. For this one, it's like the divide the frequency resource into different user resource units. So that's me. Multiple users can share one frequency subchannels in a different time. The time is like a one frequency. We divide it into different time blocks, and one user can take one, another user can take another one. So it's increase the concurrent user of the Wi-Fi 6. Also that the Wi-Fi 6 is speeded first and also have the larger concurrent users. So a good example is that when we use the OFDMA, that is like we use the trucks, and before the OFDMA, that one trucks we consider is one sub channel, a sub frequency. We call it the sub channels. From the one sub channels just carry one user's data. But when we go into the OFDMA, this one truck can be multiple used by multiple users. That's one truck used by 3 users at the same time, and not 3 times, just in the different user resource resource units. Also the downlink and uplink mu MIMO. We already know that in the Wi-Fi 5, 11 AC and AC VIP2, there's already support the MIMO. But before this Wi-Fi 6 only support downlink MIMO. It do not support uplink MIMO. So it has a problem that when we do the downlink, we have the very wild road. But when we go into the uplink, actually still the station need to wait, because that cannot, the Wi-Fi 6 including the Wi-Fi 6, the Wi-Fi 6 previous protocol all do not support the uplink MIMO. So for the Wi-Fi 6, we add 8 uplink MIMO technology, MIMO for the 5G, and 4 MIMO for the 2.4G. Here's a comparison between the MIMO and OFDM. So how is this how these two technologies improve our Wi-Fi experience? OFDM is more focused on the efficiency, that we use the frequency. This one frequency we can share by several users, and also reduce the time delay, and also suitable for the low bandwidth applications, and then suitable for the small packet transmission. But the mu MIMO is just focused on increase the throughput. So lots one users when they have the multiple spatial stream. So the speed will be very fast and suitable for the high bandwidth requirement application and suitable for the big packet transmission. The BSS calories increase the capability of Wi-Fi 6 products interference, because the different AP color the same channel. So even that you have running in the same channel, but it still can recognize its or signal easily. So this improve the ability to do the interference. And for this target wake up time, for this one, just for the save the power, especially for the devices that use the battery. So when you're not using Wi-Fi, you can go to sleep. In this sleep mode, there's a few communication between the AP devices, so you can save the energy. Okay, so first we finished the first slide.